Hey, it's your boy Jaban here, and I noticed there was a lot of information that's hard to find for FFBE for beginners. So I'm gonna make a few videos to try to alleviate the pains of starting a new account. The first thing we're gonna go and start with is re-rolling. That's the act of making sure you start with the best characters you can possibly start with. Um, And in order to do this, you need to have two Facebook accounts, one dummy Facebook account, and one permanent Facebook account. You also want to know what characters you want, and while you are rolling, there's three different crystals you can get. It's going to be a blue for normal characters, gold, which are better than normal, and rainbow, which is what you want to aim for. So let's see how you can determine what characters you want, right? The meta will always change. So old characters that were really good can be overshadowed by newer characters. And how do you figure out what the best characters are? Well, a simple Google search for unit ranking FFBE will give you a list, and my personal suggestion would be to grab one of the first three or four. Over at this current meta, Fry is a pretty safe bet to use. Orlando and Veritas of the Dark as well. They're great chainers. A2 at this moment is time limited, so in the future you're probably not going to have a chance to get her, but if you're rolling right now, she would be a great unit to roll for. So here you go. You see the top four that you can possibly roll for, and just aim for those. You can aim for these four and some supports as well, or just aim straight for these units and call it a day. Rolling is not guaranteed, but this will be the only time you get to actually try to choose your own units. So let's see how you can roll. This is what your screen will look like when you start the game for the very first time. There's a login button and tap to start. Obviously you don't have you didn't lock in your Facebook account yet. So we're gonna go through the rolling process, or just starting through the characters, or the story rather. So you have to name your character, agree with the terms. Wait for the loading screens. You're gonna have to download the story. This part is going to take some time. You can read the story for the first time. I won't. Follow the prompts. Go as fast as possible. If you are re-rolling, you would have to do this multiple times. Obviously the first time I suggest you read the story if that's what you want, but if you do it more than once, you're probably going to just want to skip through everything. So they have a skip button over here. It'll speed up your time dramatically rather than just going through the whole story. Clicking on the screen, making things go as fast as possible. Of course, if you're using your phone, you would just use your fingers to repeatedly press on the screen. Alright. Go to the next story. So most of FFBE's story is gonna be just like that. You're gonna click on a mission. It'll be a little box where you click on the box and you're basically going to fight these monsters in the original or the older RPG style, turn-based style. And there are explorations in the game where you can walk around, but this is pretty much what you're going to be doing for most of the game. There's a lot of just turn-based fighting. Click out of all the boxes they give you. The stage is cleared. I guess you can call it a stage. So you gain all these lapis that you're going to be using for your rolls. These are in-game currencies which you could buy. But you can also get quite a good amount for free. Alright, we're getting closer to the point where you can actually start rolling. This is the first one. This does not count as your rolls. This is just a free roll they're giving you. And you almost always get lead mill. I think I've only gotten something else once. Rare summon tickets. These are tickets you're going to use for your rolls as well. Alright. So now, this will be the first time you can actually start rolling. Go to your mailbox, claim everything. As you can see, there's extra tickets here because of a special event. So at the time that you start rolling, you might have less tickets or more, depending on what events are up. So right now, we have there are multiple banners here, right? You can either, if you have a unit that you want that's currently in the banner, like this is the near banner, which has the A2 that was at the top of the list we just saw. You would want to roll on this banner if you want her, because you have a higher chance. You can use your tickets to summon them. Obviously, your featured once a day summon, you have to use that for the very first summon, which you can't really choose what you want. You just use the summon. You get, oh, and we gotta load. This is the very first summon you get. Warrior of Light, not too bad, not too bad. He's a good tank at the moment. So you can either choose between these two banners or go for a rare summon, which would make the probability of getting every character the same. There's no bonus rates. So obviously a rainbow is harder to get than a gold, and a gold is harder to get than a blue, right? But see, all three of them have the ability to use your tickets. I have 9 tickets right now. I can go for Marlboro Killers, but right now this is not a banner I would want to roll for against this one. Like, I would want this banner most of all. So I'm gonna use all my tickets on this banner. Oh, first hit is a rainbow. I got Roberta. She's not too bad, but I would want to aim for the top 3. In my own opinion, I would go for the top 3 or 4. You can choose further down the list. That's up to you. It's really what you want from the game. So don't take it from me on what you should choose for your first character. Roberto's not bad, it's just I would want the top 4. So you keep going, use up all your tickets. Zidane's good for dual wielding. The last few rolls don't seem. Oh, we got gold. Maybe something's good. $9S. That's a good roll for gold right now. He gives good TMs. You're also gonna have to just probably look around and see what people are saying are good units. But honestly, for your rerolls, I would focus on the rainbows. The rainbows are the biggest thing if you want to start as soon as possible as well. Just see if you can get a rainbow and then lock that in. Otherwise, you can keep going. Well, now we've all used all our tickets. We don't have enough lapis to roll anymore. I would suggest just doing the dailies if you're free to play, but if you're going to spend money later on, grab your rainbow and then use your money as you see fit. Now that we've used everything up, go back to menu, go to options. You can either lock in at this point if you have the team you want, then you would use your permanent Facebook account. But since we don't want this account right now because I only want to aim for the top 4. I want a Versus of the Dark, Orlando, Frievia, or A2 at this point of time. In the future, the characters may change, and there may be better characters to go for. So I'm gonna log in with my dummy account. It's gonna automatically log me in. You're gonna have to press. You're gonna have to type in your information. So gives me a warning. It'll delete everything. So now there is no more login button down here. You have to go back in. So after you log in and lock in your account with your dummy account, you can now go to menu, options, and log out. Once you log out, now you can start the process all over again. I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I'm going to be doing a couple more beginner tutorials. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on, and if you want me to make any other videos. So stay tuned for some extra videos coming soon. Yeah. Bye. Thanks.